I love working on myself. Like, it is actually like a passion of mine, and like I find so much comfort and joy in like actually finding where I think I could better myself and being like, even if it's physical, like physical as in like my physical health or working out, or I just started doing, speaking of Wim Hof, I just started doing like cold plunges and ice baths, and like even if I don't have the time to go outside, I just got a cold plunge. I did it right before I got here. It's the best thing ever.
I did
It's
it this
also
weekend,
so, again, it takes so much mental, the whole thing of it is all mental. So I don't know, just stuff like that I really love. So I'm always trying to just be the best version of me, and so I just love that. It like actually makes me feel really good. I love self-care and I just love stuff like that. So it's been really cool, but it's cool for you to say that you enjoy seeing that from me, because there's always been kind of this weird part of it for me where I'm like, is this a pity party? Because I don't want it to be. Like, I want this to feel very positive. I want to connect with people, and I guess that is my goal there, is to be like, there actually is this side of me that you may not know of, but the goal here is to connect and also not feel like I'm throwing some pity party for myself, because I want this to be a learning experience for everyone. I want this to be really positive and really, really well received. I want you to look at it and actually have a positive feeling towards it. So I don't know, you'll find like if I, when I do kind of post about something or when I want to talk about something, I'm usually sharing a tip or like sharing kind of like a little technique, even if it's something so simple as like walking outside, taking a few deep breaths and journaling. Like, it's just that kind of stuff that I really like to share, because I feel like I want to be helpful. I think I've spent many lifetimes with horses. I think this is one of many lifetimes that I've had. I grew up in a horse community, so where we grew up, horses everywhere, more trails than there were homes, really. And so I was always around horses, and I just was deeply in love with them. And I have no explanation, and that's why I say I feel like in past lives I have just been around horses. Yeah, so since I was a really young kid, loved them and continue to love them my whole life. They're just the best. They're the most majestic and gorgeous and spiritual. They feel everything. I just like, it's such an honor to be in their presence and to be able to do what I can do with my horse. I find so magical that I can stand in her stall with her and just like vibe out with her. I like sometimes come to like get a little teary-eyed when I'm standing in my stall with her, because I'm like, this is so cool that you allow me to do this and we have this connection without any words. It's just the best thing ever. So I love them. They make me, when I'm with her, I have a few, but I'm mostly with one of my horses right now, because her name's Delandra. I didn't name her. She came with her name, but I call her Dylan or Dill. I love her so much, but when I'm with her, I genuinely, I spoke about how I've just loved horses my whole life. I feel like a kid around her. Like, I feel like my 12-year-old self that would get up every morning throughout the entire summer at 8 a.m. to go just be at my trainer's facility, and I would stay there from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'd ride all her horses, I'd groom all her horses, I would just sit in the stalls with all the horses. Like, it just, anytime I'm with her, I just have that sense of like being a child again, and it's a really, really good feeling. Yeah. So when I was young, I put some flyers around our community and said I would walk dogs, and I ended up getting people that would let me have their dog for a few hours and take it for a walk. So I loved animals and I liked having something to do. So I was a kid that liked to be by myself with animals. So like, I think that was a cool, very fitting thing for me. I had a group of friends who I loved, but I like can vividly remember just on the weekends not running to go be with my friends all the time. During the summer I was with them, but on the weekends in between school I was really just by myself. I would love to like hang out in my room. I like was kind of a nerd. I loved video games and like sitting on the computer and playing Sims all day. Like, I just kind of liked being to myself, and then all day long during the summer was with my horses. And yeah, I don't know, it just brought me joy. I don't think I have like a super long explanation for that. It was so simple for me as a kid. Like, it was just as simple as that made me happy, and that's just what I wanted. And it explains, I guess, a lot of me now. I went through like a phase where I felt like I had to be around people. I think I live a very social life, and my job is very social. So I was, kind of conditioned to want to be around people a lot. And then as, the pandemic came around, you're not around as many people anymore. And now I'm just re-enjoying being by myself, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I had the best day on Sunday all by myself. I got up, I went and rode my horses. I took my niece to ride her pony. Just me and her. It was so nice. Brought her back home, went to my house, got in my cold plunge, went in my pool, laid out, journaled. I was having the best day, and I was just pretty much all by myself. So I enjoy it so much.